Hello, human geography students. Welcome to day 3 of Unit 1. So a little review from yesterday. Remember, the prime meridian is 0 degrees longitude. The equator is 0 degrees latitude. Latitude going east and west, longitude going north and south. All right, the international date line is at 180 degrees longitude, east and west. The international dateline IDL defines the boundary between one day and the other, and the reason it zigzags is because you wouldn't want one part of your country to be in a different day than the other. So that's why it's not perfectly straight. It zigzags to keep countries on the same day. So we're going to look at some new information today. First, we're going to start with the GIS, Geographic Information System. This captures, stores, checks, and displays data related to positions on the Earth's surface. Okay, so it captures, stores, checks, and displays data related to positions on the Earth's surface. This is a great link if you're interested. It's an example of how a city uses GIS, and it really looks at this visual over here, layers of the Earth. Geographic Information System. Next, we're going to look at more commonly known GPS, Global Positioning System. Okay, a global positioning system, your GPS, are satellites and receiving devices that are used to determine the location of something on Earth. And that picture does a nice job showing the satellites and receiving devices. That YouTube clip is from CBS Sunday Morning, talking about how GPS is used in our military. It's really interesting if you want to check it out. So, Global Positioning System. How GPS works continue. This is a great graphic for you, breaking down kind of the 4 major steps on how GPS works. All right, now we're going to look at population density. So if you think back to those choropleth or thematic maps, right, where the darker the shade, the higher the number of the variable, a lot of the times that is showing population density. This is the calculation for how you find population density. In normal trimesters, we'd go through this and do some practice problems, but we don't have time this go around. But population density equals the number of people divided by the land area. All right, so the population density is whatever that number of people is divided by the land area, most of the time using the census for those numbers. All right, 1.6, we're going to talk about the difference between site and situation. So site is the physical character of a place. Important site characteristics include climate, soil, vegetation, latitude, topography, and elevation. Okay, so site, it's the physical characteristic of a place. Situation, the location of a place relative to other places. Okay? So it helps us to find unfamiliar places. You could say it's past Dunn Brothers, but before Dairy Queen. Okay? You could say the high school is past Cedar Creek, but before Monticello, right? So you use it relative to other places, and it helps us understand the importance of a location. All right, today in class, we're going to do an activity on the 5 themes of geography. I'm going to quickly go through them. Like I said, we'll go through in more depth later on. So location, place, region, human environment interaction, and movement. All right, 5 themes of geography. First off, location. There are 2 types of location, the absolute location and relative location. Absolute location are exact coordinates. Okay, so there is the absolute location of Janesville, Wisconsin. Relative location would be the new St. Michael Catholic Church is located about 2 blocks north of the old church. Okay, so the relative location is much more casual, and it's using other places as a marker. Okay, so that is location. Place. Place is the physical and human characteristics of a location. Okay, place is very unique, such as Niagara Falls. Those physical and human characteristics of a location. Region. Region is an area with one or more common characteristics. Okay? A region is an area with one or more common characteristics. For example, similar climate, same crops grown. Like you can see down there, the old cotton belt, that would be a region. All those cities on the East Coast, they share that. They're a megalopolis. The dairy belt, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan. Okay, so those areas have common characteristics. Human environment interaction. Two big things. One, how humans interact and change their environment. And two, positive and negative consequences from that. So human environment interaction, how people interact with the environment. Okay, then movement. Last one, movement. The moving of goods, ideas, and people from one location to another. Okay, so shipments of goods, social media spreading ideas, the internet, and people moving from one location to another. All right. We're going to just talk about two more things, perceptual regions and vernacular regions. Perceptual regions are areas identified by history, attitude, and ideas. Okay? An example, we'll talk much more about the Middle East in Unit 3, but like think about college football regions. Okay? History, attitude, and ideas about particular schools. Okay? So there's a visual for you down there, perceptual region map of college football. All right, and then vernacular region. Vernacular is common or everyday speech. So vernacular regions are native speech patterns or vocabulary of a specific place. For an example, the Midwest or Upper Midwest English, right? Ope, the way we say boat. On the East Coast, it's hard to understand their R's, right? Go have some lobster. So that is vernacular, everyday speech regions. All right, I know that was fast. We'll talk more in class today, but I hope